who said this? I wish I can give the person credit, that Obama genuinely believes in liberalism, neoliberalism, and from the international perspective, neoliberalism economically, globalization, the reduction of restraints to capital flows, to deindustrialization, to all of these things, because he believes that it is a means of peace, right? The democratic peace theory, the McDonaldization of the world, the McDonaldization theory, I think is the shorthand of it. Likewise, I genuinely think something that goes along with that ideology is the belief that moderation is the preferred route, that triangulation is the preferred route. And I think that comes from something that I believe in, that in between two extremes, between the yin and the yang, between the white and the dark, the light and the dark, exists this gray area where I believe truth usually resides. I think it's a philosophical thing, and that they apply that concept to politics. That's not a concept that you really want to apply to politics, because moderation, simply for the sake of moderation, could be a very dangerous ideology when the political spectrum, particularly economically, has been shifted so far to the right, so that now your triangulation and your moderation is actually right-leaning politics, neoliberalism, an experiment that is proving to not be as effective as they touted it to be. So this philosophical belief that President Obama, and I'm going the long way to answer. You asking me the time, like Adolph Reese said. You asking me the time, and I'm telling you how to build a watch. This President Obama has a firm belief in neoliberalism from the international perspective, and he has a firm belief in triangulation and moderation, not moderation, but being, well, yeah, I guess I could use it that way, being a moderate and trying to find the center ground. But the problem is moderation, being a moderate for the sake of being a moderate, can be extremely dangerous, because we're not living in a time where economically we have a balance of far left and far right. Right now, we have a conversation in the United States that's a conversation of far right and center right. And so when you triangulate from there, you screw America. All the way to come back to Merrick Garland. President Obama thinks he made the philosophically correct choice, because here's a guy who is a little bit conservative, a little bit progressive. Here's a guy who is going to rule progressive sometimes and rule conservatively sometimes. And for President Obama, it's not for him a slam against progressivism as much as it is this fundamental belief that even in politics, you can go from the extreme right to the extreme left, and what's left in the middle is best. That might be good for arguing about philosophy. That might be good about, other things in life. But I don't think that that's something that's necessarily good to be applied to every situation in politics, especially when your conversation has already been moved to the right. It would be okay. Actually, it would be fine. It would be fine if we had an all-out argument between socialism, particularly socialism and capitalism. Let's have a genuine debate between socialism and capitalism. Hell, communism. Let's go one step further. Let's have a genuine debate between communism and capitalism. And then what is left in the center will probably be better than either one of the extremes. Very possibly. But we don't have that conversation because I'm even timid saying the word communism. You can't even say the word communism. You barely can say socialism now. So that should tell you that you're not having a dialectic. You're not having an argument between two extremes and letting the tension that's resolved in the center be the resolution. That's not what we have in America.